Hi, my name is Erin with Knovva Academy, and I'm here today with Ricardo. He recently joined the Model G20 Summit last week, and here we're going to talk about his experience. Hi, Ricardo.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you today?
I'm great as well.
Awesome. Well, we just started with your name, so could you please tell me where you're from and what country you represented at the Model G20?
Yes, I'm from Chihuahua, Mexico. It's a state in the north of the country, and during the summit, I'm representing the European Union as the Minister of Internal Affairs and Communications.
Fantastic. Excellent. And what's one fun fact about you?
Well, that this was my first international experience. I mean, I've never been out of my country before. I would love to, but even if it was online, it was such an amazing experience.
Oh, that's great to hear it. I'm happy. Sometimes the online courses can be a little bit different than meeting in person,
Yeah.
but I'm still really happy to hear that it was a great experience for you and you met some new people from around the world. That's great. What's something you're known for among your friends?
Maybe my creativity. When we're working on teamworks or when we're trying to work with a project, I always come up with these ideas that are sometimes a little bit different than usual, but at the end of the day, they end up working and are so great, are creative.
Excellent. So you think outside of the box and come up with interesting solutions for things.
Yes.
Oh, very good. That probably helped you pretty well during the summit also.
Yes, actually,
That's great. So, what made you first interested in climate change?
I think it all started when I was a child in my city when I used to see people throwing trash in the streets. And well, as the time passed by, I realized that was really wrong. But yeah, I started getting involved with these projects, organizations, etc., that took care of the environment. And well, now with climate change, and that's really interesting to me.
And how did you hear about Model G20?
I heard about it because of my university. I'm already studying university, and they sent us the announcement. So I said, I've already participated in this kind of projects before, so I want to give it a try. And besides, it's an international experience, so great.
Mhm. What was your favorite part about the summit?
Okay, that it was that I got to work with a lot of people from all over the world, and it was incredible to see how one problematic gathered us all here trying to find a solution to it.
Yes, definitely very interesting. Were there any skills that you felt like you improved upon during the summit?
Yeah, definitely. It was, I think it was my ability for searching information and my ability at the time of presenting in front of a lot of people, my self-confidence, and I think a little bit my speaking in English.
Oh, that's great. How did you feel, just going back to presenting, how did you feel when you first got up to speak in front of, well, I know it's different on a virtual platform, but how did you feel presenting in front of multiple, close to 200 people from around the world?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like really, really nervous before. I was sweating. I was like shaking. But
Oh, no.
when it was my turn, I was like, okay, you gotta stay calm. You're gonna do it right. And then I started speaking, and I said I shared my policies, and at the end of the day, it all went right.
Fabulous. Yes, and you made a great speech, so you we definitely saw that you did
Thank you.
an awesome job. So, yes. Was there one thing that surprised you about the summit?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was the organization of the entire summit. The schedule you had, the agendas for every session, and I know it was such a hard work for the staff of Knovva Academy, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, that's great to hear. That's always nice, because it can sometimes be an interesting experience having certain, for example, the open forums where you're kind of able to speak freely.
Mhm.
And sometimes that can last a while, but then you end up having these like really cool in-depth conversations with different people. So, yeah. Well, very nice. So you had mentioned, Ricardo, that you had interest in this going back to childhood when you would see some individuals, maybe littering in your own city and also participating in some other climate related maybe practices or volunteer options previously. So I imagine you probably had some ideas surrounding climate change before the summit. Now, did those ideas change at all during the summit or evolve into something different?
I think they evolved, but yes, when I was like reviewing the roles for the summit, I said, I want to be the Minister of Internal Affairs and Communications because I already had an idea for my policies, and during the summit, these ideas evolved, and at the end of the day, I really had the chance to get into into the role of the European Union and to see how these policies would affect its population, and it was really great because I had to do a lot of research and with the help of my DC member and with my mates, so it was great.
Wonderful. Now, we are about a week from the last Model G20 webinar, the day. So as of today, what's one policy that you think would resolve climate change?
I think, I mean, I don't want to be narcissist, I'm sorry, but my policies
That's
were
okay.
really good. I mean, I think they were creative, but I think focusing on the broadcasting media and on social media to promote, I mean, to create awareness on the population of the world about climate change would create a real difference on them, because at the end of the day, broadcasting media is what we all see every day, what we all watch. I mean, through radio, through TV, and internet. So if we like display these policies through internet or through this media, it will be amazing.
Wonderful. Now, do you think you'll get involved with other leadership opportunities in the future?
Yeah, definitely. That's not even a question. I think I'm not. I don't even. I don't know yet in what kind, but yes, I will.
Do you have any kind of career goals or places where you could see yourself working in the future?
Well, starting with my career, I think the first I want to finish it first, to complete it,
Yeah.
and then my dream job, I think it is be like well, I've always said I wanted to work in a lab or maybe in an industry, but trying to develop a new material that would be more eco-friendly, I would say. And
Yeah.
but now that I've had the experience of being the Minister of Internal Affairs and Communications, I don't know, maybe I want to be that in my country, maybe
Mm,
work for me.
there's something to think about. Yeah. Well, I think you could do it, Ricardo, for sure. Wow, well, excellent. I've just got one more question for you. So if you could give maybe a future Model G20 student some advice, what would you tell them?
I tell them to try to choose a role that they think they're gonna like, because if they do not like what they're doing, they're not gonna be able to, well, I would say, to come up with creative policies or even to complete the summit. But yeah, because I enjoyed a lot what I was doing during the summit, I think that was a great point.
Perfect. Well, very good. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again, maybe next Model G20 Summit, or perhaps if you take on a diplomatic role in your country, maybe I'll see you on the
Thank
news.
you. Thanks. Yes,
Great. Well, thank you again. Take care.
thank you, Erin.